Hello, and thanks for joining us as we do life. Today, I have with me, as usual, my precious son, Pastor Edward Kirkpatrick from Greensboro, Abundant Life. And we are just going at it. There's so much we want to talk about. And I do feel that this is a conversation that will involve everyone. It's not just us here, but this is for you. And also, this is going to be practical for our Bible studies or word study. I want you to benefit from this message. So be part of the conversation, ask questions, and let's get rolling. So, Pastor Edward.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to be here. So much is happening in the world today. I heard you recently, you taught a message entitled What to Do When You Don't Know What to Do. And in that message, it was very inspiring, very enlightening. And one of the things that you addressed is you talked about how to overcome being stuck. A lot of people are stuck in life. People are frustrated, people are upset, people are scared. And so I want to talk a little bit about how do a person move from a stuck place to an unstuck place? How do people advance in life when they're stuck in debt, they're stuck in fear, they're stuck in bad relationships? So the question is, very simply put, is how do you get unstuck?
That's a good question. I think to get unstuck, one have to expect or look forward. If you don't have expectation, you will not make any demands. When you have expectations, then you make demands. Expect that where you are is temporal. Expect that what you are going through can change. And you should want a change. You should want things to get better. If you can come from that premise, then you can at least say that you've discovered 50% of the problem. To unstuck yourself or move yourself from a position or a place where you're stuck and you're not going anywhere, one have to just get sick and tired and being sick and tired or being one spot and just say, you know what, I should do something about this.
Yes.
I have to make a difference. I have to pull myself out of this. And with that determination, at least you'll be able to start or you'll be able to give yourself the opportunity to come out from where you are.
That's good.
Another example is, you see, we all know that most of our challenges come at night. But you always remember that the breaking of the day, the sun will shine. And everybody comes out alive when the sun is out.
Yes.
People just love to do things when the sun is out. If you have that mindset, the mindset of the sun, then you not allow darkness or pitch dark or the dawn to frustrate you.
Yes, sir.
You always look for a brighter side.
That's good.
And that is how you can at least start to make yourself unstuck.
That's good. You talked about expectation. And I think that, when persons experience negative experiences, time and time again, they develop what we call a negative expectation. With so many negative things happening in the world today. Case in point, just recently we heard in the news about a young man who was murdered by the police. And so there's a lot of unrest in society. People are upset, people are angry. And actually, very frankly, people don't have a positive expectation because they've experienced these negative events time and time and time again. So my question to you is, what does a person, or how does a person develop positive expectation when they are constantly experiencing negative things in life? How does one develop a positive expectation?
Before I answer that, let me make another point. The world as we know it, and also the Bible says, in this world ye shall have tribulation,
Yeah.
but be of good cheer. I have overcome. And because he overcame, we can also overcome.
Yes.
And the truth is, if we are in him and he is in us, we can do all things through him who gives us strength.
Yes.
What you're talking about is true. I mean, we have what you call COVID-19 and racism 20. COVID-19 and racism 20.
Yes.
We have a rude awakening, and this challenge has been around for so long. Imagine what was done to that young man should it be done to a white man by a black man, what do you think will be done to this man?
Wow.
He will not only be fired, he will be arrested.
Yes.
Get go.
Yes.
This is what people are fighting for their dignity, for social justice.
Yes.
And when people are not getting answers or seeing things, definitely people will be discouraged. People will lose hope. People will get stuck. And people would not see any way out. But again, how many years did the people of Israel stay in bondage? Soon things will give way. Before communism broke its power, and lost its grip, how many years did it control people? You understand? Look at Mandela. How many years was he kept in prison falsely? Okay, people are doing this. There was a young man, I read a story not too long ago, a man who was imprisoned wrongfully for 37 years.
Wow.
He was home when somebody was killed, and rendering, they forced people to say he was the one. And he was actually imprisoned without possibility of parole.
Wow.
And his recent DNA and new technology that exonerated him. And I saw him singing on America Got Talent. And this guy, for 37 years of his life, gone.
Wow.
So yes, there's injustice in the world. Yes, there are reasons why we can believe that things are this way, things will never change. But we shall have a glimpse of hope
Yes.
that soon this will be over. And that's the only way we can survive it. You have to hope for the best.
Yes.
Hope for the best.
Yes.
And if you lose hope, then that is when you get stuck, you get frustrated, you get discouraged,
Yes, sir.
and you just give up. But we don't have to give up.
Yes, sir.
Things will change.
Yes, sir.
Life at times is not fair, but people are strong. Many times can force life to submit to their wishes.
That's good.
And I just believe that until we quit breathing, we should not stop fighting.
Yes, sir. You know, in your message that you recently taught, you shared several points in your message, what to do when you don't know what to do. And I want to just take a moment and ask you to break down the points that you made, and I'll just highlight a couple of them. But the first point that you made in your message was when you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, you said stop and take a break. For people out there, what does that mean? You know, if you could break that down. When you talk about stop and take a break, because I don't believe you meant quitting, because stopping is not quitting, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
To stop is not to quit. To quit is to resign. To stop, it means that you're taking a break. If you are traveling the wrong road, on the wrong road, and you are told, hey, you go in the wrong direction, you stop.
Yes.
Then you turn around. You know, whenever you are traveling, you have stoplight. We use the word stop sign. We usually don't say you have green light or yellow light. We use the word stop light.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the stop sign, we don't say when it comes to the green sign or the yellow sign. We use the word when it comes to stop sign. Why do we use the word stop sign? Because it's to remind you that you are going to stop temporarily. But it doesn't mean you quit.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is this: yes, you have. When you're going through a tough time, the first thing you have to do is just stop. You know, if you are going to say the wrong thing or you're angry, just stop. Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
So stopping is like taking a deep breath.
That's good.
Just take a new breath. You know, and after that you have to reflect.
Yes.
Yeah. So you stopping doesn't mean you are quitting.
Right.
Yeah, you stop. It's like, you know what? You're doing the wrong thing. If you do the wrong thing, just stop doing it. The energy that you use to do the wrong thing is the same energy you need to do the right thing.
Yes, sir.
So when you stop, it's the same energy you need to believe. It's the same energy you need to disbelieve.
Yeah.
Use it positively. Yeah. That means make a choice. So you're stopping doesn't mean you are quitting.
That's good. For that person who's taken that stop or that break, and you know, although it was meant to be temporary, it's become permanent for them, because they're like, you know what, I just don't have the energy, I don't have the strength, I don't have the will to move forward. I've just been beaten up by life. I'm discouraged. So what do you say to that person? How does that person change their focus, and get the motivation to move forward, after they've been, parked in life,
Okay.
discouraged by life?
Now, I use that also with an example. You see, if you are arguing with a loved one and you realize that your voices are escalating and things that are coming out are not pleasant, what do? You stop. You stop yourself. Because if you don't stop yourself, you will do things that will force you to quit marriage. So stopping is better. It gives you opportunity to reflect.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So when a person is agitated or a person is, upset, or a person is, things are not going the way things are supposed to go, what you do is you just take it easy. Just take it easy. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. I mean, you just take a break.
Yes.
Take a break. An example. I mean, there are so many people who start college. I mean, you start college, and in the process, while you're in college, if you're a woman, a wife, and you get pregnant, you take a break.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you quit school. You take a break to give birth and to come back again. If you have a project or a dream and a vision and things go rough, it doesn't mean you throw that thing aside. You take a break.
Yeah.
This is a good break that you need. Maybe you've been working without a break. You need a break to rejuvenate
Yeah.
and come back again with strength and vigor. Now, I write books. I'm an author.
Yes.
But writers are like artists. At times you have what you call artistic block or writer's block. You write and you have a block. If you have a block, you stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you quit. You wait until inspiration comes back, then back again to action. So in life, there are things that will discourage you, but don't quit.
Don't quit. Yeah.
I mean, quitters don't win, and winners don't quit.
Yes, sir.
You can stop, but you don't quit.
That's good. That's good. So in this time in which we're living now, of course we're dealing with new situations, new circumstances. I mean, the new normal, and people now are getting readjusted to a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. What do you say to the person that says, okay, what's next? After COVID-19, picking up the pieces, what's next for me? How do I move to that which is next? What are some of the things that you would say to that person in terms of just moving to the next phase of their life, moving from where they are to the next phase? What are some things they need to do?
Now, if your life is interrupted for a season, the plans and the goals that you have, you don't shelve them. You just try to modify them to fit your new change. Okay. Again, I'll use an example. If you are an athlete and you pull hamstring or something, you don't quit sports. You wait till you heal. And when you heal, you get back to action. When things change, you have to recalibrate. You have to put your life back in order. In other words, okay, there's a change. Let me give you an example. You get ready to step out of the house to work, and it started pouring. Does it mean you don't have to go to work? No, you go to work.
Right.
But you have to come inside, pick umbrella, and go out. You also have to actually decide whether the clothes that I'm wearing to go out will do well in this rain. You can come back and change clothes and still step out. What we experience is temporal. It's not permanent.
Yes.
But you have to decide whether you have to go out to come out again, go in and come out again, or continue going forward. If what you do is time sensitive, or what you do is something that ought to be done and it's important, guess things will not be as you expected, but you can create a new expectation. And you have to keep moving forward. Now, I'll give another example, because I'm giving a lot of examples.
Yes.
Now, you have a restaurant, sit-down restaurant, and this COVID-19 has come. Now, the experts are telling us that they cannot be sitting around. It's carry out. So you can decide whether you're going to have a carry out or you're going to close down your shop. But for those who believe that this is what they have to do, and this is what their livelihood comes from, then you don't have to quit.
Yes.
You have to at least find alternative to stay in business. So that's what I would say. I mean, things have happened. Find alternative to stay in business. Keep moving forward.
So you said being creative. That's what I'm hearing. You have to be
Innovative.
creative.
You have to be innovative and
And
creative.
creative.
You have to be.
Yeah.
We have to be innovative and you have to be creative.
So you got to think outside of the box.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's
You have
good.
to think outside the box.
Yes, sir. You talked about in your message a woman who was in debt, and the creditors were coming to actually take her children.
Yeah.
And the prophet showed up and gave her a word.
Yeah.
And the word of the Lord, or so, we could say, gave her some instructions.
Yeah.
Because I believe instructions are critical
Yeah.
in this season. We have to listen to somebody,
Yeah.
in order to navigate through the things that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And she took an obstacle and she turned it into an opportunity. Here's a woman who was in debt, and then she became a business owner,
Yeah.
selling oil.
Yeah.
And she was able to amass the money
Yeah.
to pay off her debts and
Yeah.
live off the rest.
Yeah.
So do you sense that in this time, people are going to have to be innovative and be creative? How does one become an innovative person? What are some of the keys in your line of work as a businessman, as a king, and as a global leader? How would you encourage people to be innovative? How do you encourage your staff and your team to be innovative, to think outside of the box? What do you say to them, or what are some of the things that you do to help them to be?
I always try to outdo my last performance. The moment you get satisfied, you're no longer hungry. When people get satisfied, that's the problem. I always say to people, be content, but don't be satisfied. Because the moment you get to a place when you're satisfied, you never want to go do anything new.
Yes.
Never want to improve on anything. So I'm content for what I've achieved, but I'm not satisfied. This is not my end. So when we meet people, it is always good to encourage people, just like the woman did. Now, God at times uses your difficult times, experience, to give you opportunity. So anything that is negative is not all bad. Because if you trust in God, everything works out for good.
Yes.
We see things so negative because we come from that orientation. Our worldview is negative. Our bad experience. So we remember that and we print that and we read that all the time. So our mind will always print out the negative we've developed. And once you have this negative image, you always see things through a negative lens.
Wow.
But if you have to realize, hey, what you've been through is only making you better and stronger, then you could take steps forward.
That's good.
I had negative experience growing up, but it was all good. If I have to do it again, I won't do it any other way because all of these things helped me to be where I am. Without that experience, I wouldn't have the courage to attempt or do something that has never been done.
That's good.
I've always said to myself, and I say this to everyone, whenever somebody dares you, especially in your place of interest, put them to shame. Do it better. If you know how to sing, and the fact that you have an injury, and people tell you can't sing, prove them wrong.
Yeah.
If you know how to paint, and you've lost a finger, and you still have a desire to paint, prove them wrong. You see, when I was young in Africa, I was inspired by a man who meant to do me harm, but it turned out that he did me good. And that tenacity that I developed matured to this present time. I said to myself, this man didn't make me, therefore he cannot break me. So I took my life out of the opinion of man and I put it in God's hands.
Yes.
And I trusted that if God didn't say no to me, whatever I hear is people's opinion.
That's good. That's good.
So you could take a crisis to create opportunity. You could take a lemon and make a lemonade out of it. You could take leftovers and create the best meal. And I think we should always look at things from the bright side.
Yeah.
If you look at things from the bright side, you always be optimistic.
That's good.
But if you look at things from the negative side, you always be negative and doubtful. So we have to start determining what lens we're going to use. Are we going to look at things through foggy lens? Or are we going to look at things through vision lens?
That's good.
If you look at things through vision lens, then you will say, okay, what has happened has happened. What can I do to stay ahead? Not just to maintain, but to stay ahead.
Stay ahead. Yeah.
What are the new things I can do? And it is important. We need people in our lives. We need people who are knowledgeable, people who are wise, and also people who have understanding to teach us, advise us, or also say things that can help us to improve our lives. People become wiser by putting to use wise words or words of wise men and women.
Yeah.
So if we hang around people who can inspire us or speak wisdom to us, we're surprised what we can do.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we need wisdom.
Very much so. And we need
We
understanding.
need understanding.
Wisdom is better. Knowledge is good. Wisdom is better. Understanding is the best.
Wow. Wow. So understanding, what is, when you think about, because I want to deal with the best. If understanding is the best, I know we have just a few minutes left. Could you just describe in your own words, what is understanding? And how does understanding apply, to people in their everyday life?
Now, part of the things I'm sharing with you are practical experience. Okay, I have understanding. Therefore, I don't act like someone who is without knowledge. If you have understanding, it means that whatever you see, whatever you hear, it filters through understanding. But if you have no understanding, then everything that is put before you shall be destroyed.
Yes.
You need to have understanding. Why are you here? If you understand why you are alive, then you maximize your life.
That's good.
You understand?
Yes.
If you don't understand why you're here, then life to you will be frustrating. But if you understand that I'm in this moment, I'm in this place, we're in this time for a particular season, there's a reason why we're here, and we'll understand what it's all about. Once there's understanding, then the rest is easy. You don't have to struggle too hard.
Wow.
Because you understand it. I understand. That's why at times you go through life and or your parents or people will say, do you understand what I'm saying? It's not, do you hear what I say? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if you understand what is being done, what is being said, and what is happening, then you apply yourself better. You apply both your knowledge and wisdom better. And the result is the best.
That's good. Well, King Adamtey, it is an honor and a great privilege again for you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and to share with your audience. I know that a lot of people today have been informed and enlightened through your wisdom and through your practical experience that you've shared with them. So again, thank you so much for taking time. It's an honor to do life with the King today.
What a joy doing life with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you'd like to support Life International, we invite you to go online and give. Your support is how the ministry here at Life International reaches the world. Thank you for your support. See you next time.
Today, I invite you to do life with us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's stay connected and let's change the world.